Welcome to the Real Stage Speaking Warrior Training. I'm Amanda, your MC today. I would like to also greet you who are watching live from YouTube. Hello there! Today is exceptionally special, especially for our trainers who are in the backstage. This is the day when their heart is beating faster than ever, the day that they have been waiting for, the day that they have been thinking about for days, and the day when they are going to the next level. So today, we are all going to witness the performance from all Speaking Warrior trainees. First, let me explain briefly what a real stage is. Real Stage is a platform where our trainees are going to showcase what they have learned in the speaking dojo, and joining Real Stage, they are going to the next level in the speaking dojo, from responsible recruit level to innovative rookie level. A real stage is not just a real stage if it is not filled with nervousness and excitement. But before we start, let me introduce you to our two amazing judges who will give feedback after the performance of each speaker. Our two judges today are someone who are experienced in public speaking field and also SMLONE trainers. Let me introduce to you our first judge, Miss Devina. Hi, Miss Devina.
All right. Hello, Amanda. It's good to see you here.
Hi, Miss Dev. Okay, now let's invite our second judges, Sir Kevin. Please welcome Sir Kevin.
Hi, it's good.
Hi. Thank you, Miss and Sir. So, do you guys have few words to say to the students here?
Okay. From me, I know sometimes we will be very, very nervous, but take a breath, smile, and then speak as if you are in a big, big stage. Because I believe you can do it.
From me is be yourself, show your beautiful face, show your handsome face to the camera, and make sure we hear you clearly. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you, Sir Kevin and Miss Devina. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know all of us cannot wait to watch the performance from our amazing trainees today. So, let's just kickstart the real stage after these 60 seconds ahead. "60 seconds is up. Our first speaker who will deliver a speech about controlling your tongue. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first speaker today, Alfredo. Hello, Alfredo.
Hello.
Hi, so are you ready?
Yep.
Yep, okay, so the stage is yours, please.
Hello, everyone. Today, by starting my speech, I would like to tell everyone a riddle. What cuts deeper than a knife's edge? Of course, but judging by my title, and with the familiarity of this riddle, most of you would probably already have guessed the answer. And yes, the answer is our words. But today, I won't be necessarily talking about the words, but instead, I'll be talking about the item that we use to speak it, which is our tongue. Every word we speak holds power. Power to create possibilities or to close them, power to build relationships or to break them, and power to lift people up or to make them fall. These are the powers of the tongue. But as the famous saying goes, with great power also comes great responsibility. It is scientifically proven that negative thoughts come more frequently than positive thoughts. And if you have a wild tongue, you will start spreading negativity. And this is bad, as it can hurt you and it can hurt the relationship between you and the people you are talking with in numerous ways. The first way is cynicism. It basically means a general distrust between each other. Second is through hostility. By failing to control your tongue, you will look aggressive and unfriendly, and people will therefore be unwilling to develop relationships with you. And the third way is through filtering. People will only remember the negative memories from you instead of positive ones. So when people talk about you, they will most likely remember about the negative thoughts about you. So these are just some of the many reasons why controlling your tongue is very important. So of course, we have to learn to control it. When I was young, I used to have a wild tongue too. May it be parents, siblings, or close friends, I would let the wild tongue get the best of me. And I have been through many punishments for me to realize that it is not a thing to belittle of. We have to take this somewhat seriously. So I did some research, and through my experience, I have found my own technique to help me control my wild tongue. And I will share it today. And I think this is a general technique for everyone, and I'm sure everyone can use it. So, the first thing to do is to relax and calm down. Take a deep breath and don't let your emotions control you. After you have a clear mind, think slowly. What think slowly. Ask yourself if this is really worth saying. You can also ask yourself reflective questions. How will I feel if someone told this to me? Or maybe even, hmm, what will the other person feel when I will say this to them? By realizing the damage we can cause to other people is one way we can control our negative thoughts. Also, remember that even if people forgive you for saying something bad or hurtful to them, they will always remember it. This is why this is why our words are sharper than knives. Because although knives can be pulled out, words cannot. They will forever be embedded in our soul. Another tip that I can share is when you don't have anything nice to say, then it's better to not say anything at all. It's that simple. Of course, we are all allowed to have our opinions, but at one point or another, we will have negative thoughts about something. And it is okay. But the problem only starts when these negative thoughts transform into words and hurt other people. So, therefore, it is important to only say what is appropriate. So, to conclude, it is therefore extremely important to be intentional about the things that we say, and by mastering to control our tongue, we can have a better and positive environment with the people that we usually talk with. Thank you, everyone. I'm Alfredo, and I hope that that everyone can get something out of this speech.
Okay, thank you for the amazing speech, Alfredo. So let me invite our judge who will give their feedback today. Miss Stefina, the stage is yours.
All right. Hello, Alfredo. It's maybe this is the first time we met, but I guess you feel super relieved.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yes. One thing that I really appreciate about your speech is you personally have the message that you were sharing to everyone, and to me that is a very good one. That we as humans sometimes we just remember to speak out loud, but we forget to use the intentional words, and you were delivering that message very well. And you also did very well in that, I know, because sometimes, most of the time, we sometimes do sitting down, and you are, I guess, you're standing up, right?
Actually, I'm sitting down.
Okay. Oh, so you're that tall. All right. Yeah. So the next thing is, even if you are sitting down, but you are able to use your hand freely, and that to me is very nice because, well, I can see until half of your body, right? And that's a very good thing. So you don't just stay still and stiff. That's another good thing that I like about your speech. The next thing is, I want you to try to explore more about the hand gesture. So it's not only moving here, but when you are telling about the first way, the second way, and the third way, you can try to emphasize your point. So when audience see you, they know that, okay, this is the first way. Now this is the second way, and this is the third way. So that is how you can emphasize your point to the audience, and that will bring your speech to another level. Overall, I like the power of you and the content of your speech. Very well done. Welcome to the second level.
Thank you, Miss.
All right, thank you, Miss Stefina, for the evaluation. So now let's have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. Next, moving to our second speaker, she is someone who will deliver a speech about my best friends. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our second speaker, Caitlin. Caitlin. Okay. Hello, Caitlin, are you there?
Hello, Miss.
Okay. Yes, so the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm pretty sure you all know my name. I'm Caitlin. And
Hello, Caitlin, sorry to cut you, but we cannot see you. So in us, you are just a black page.
but I have already turned on my camera.
Did you use webcam? Have you plugged in your device?
Yeah.
Okay, can we try to figure it out first, and then should we move to the next speaker first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's figure it out first. Thank you, Caitlin. So, moving to the next speaker, I think she will deliver something about overthinking. Okay, so is Celine Duffelin there?
Yes, miss.
Okay, hello Celine.
Hello, miss.
Yes, are you ready? Okay, the stage is yours.
You're tired and longing for a good night's sleep as you lay in bed. Your brain, on the other hand, appears to have different plans. Just as you're trying to sleep, it decides to play an album of some of your most embarrassing, regretful, cringe-worthy moments. Sounds familiar? That is an example of overthinking. Hello, everybody. My name is Celine, and today I am going to talk about overthinking. A study found that 73% of adults between the ages of 25 and 35 overthink, as do 52% of 45 to 55 years old. Overthinking is also quite common for children and teenagers. So, what actually is overthinking? Overthinking is when we think about something too much or for a long period of time. While it is human nature to think about things when making decisions or assessing situations, it becomes overthinking when you can't get out of your own head. But too often, we think we're stuck in our heads. Everyone overthinks occasionally. However, some of us can't seem to turn the constant bombardment of concerns. We worry about the future, thinking about the worst case scenario or uncertain events. We also think about the past, rebuking ourselves about the if only I or I should have. Overthinkers often think about what other people might think of them or let negative comments about them build up in their minds. Overthinking a tough decision you have to make can also cause problems. Replaying all the options in your head can lead to analytical paralysis, which means you're afraid to make the wrong action, so you take no action at all. But in fact, making the wrong decision is better than making no decision at all. Often, overthinking is the result of anxiety or depression. If this is the case, you may need to treat your anxiety or depression to reduce overthinking. On the other hand, you may also find that you overthink only when you need to make a tough life decision or are dealing with your insecurities. If overthinking is not a symptom of a mental disorder, it can often be solved by changing our mindsets. Rumination or repetitive thinking can be maintained by the way you respond to your thoughts. Take note of how it affects your mood the next time you find yourself constantly going over things in your head. Do you have an irritable, nervous, or a guilty feeling? What is the main feeling that is driving your thoughts? Having self-awareness is essential to change the way you think. Sometimes, overthinking can benefit us. For instance, going through different scenarios in your head is a good way to make hard decisions, and visualizing your goal is crucial. But those are things that are used to reach a specific goal. Overthinking is different. It is oftentimes not logical and can actually affect your problem-solving skills. The main difference between overthinking and thinking deeply is overthinking is negative and thinking deeply is positive. Deep thinking is the process of evaluating information for the purpose of learning and progressing, building your brain, finding solutions, and comprehending difficult things. And it is calculated, purposeful, systematic, and logical instead of disorganized, irrational, presumptuous, or motivated by a sense of victimization. Overthinking is chaotic with no end in sight, whereas deep thinking seeks a solution and closure. Another question that many people might ask themselves, why do I overthink? And oftentimes, they never come up with an answer. Well, stress and worry are usually two of the main reasons. However, stress and worry are emotions, and you can control your emotions. Tony Robbins once said, "Let fear be a counselor and not a jailer." It is time to face your fears so that you can overcome them. In conclusion, there is nothing in this world that can influence you more than your own thoughts. Your thought is very strong, and Only your thoughts can influence you. So stop creating thoughts that don't exist. You can easily achieve your goals if you put your mind to it. Stop worrying about the past and the future and focus on the here and now. Focus on the present. That is all from me. Thank you everyone for listening and sorry if there are any mistakes. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, Celine. So I would like to invite our judge, Sir Kevin, to give some feedback.
Hello, Celine, Devlin Series. Yes.
Hello, sir.
First of all, congratulations for your speech. It is a very thoughtful topic, overthinking. And what I can say about your speech is from the beginning till the end, I got so many informations. Talking about your opening, you open it very well enough, and it is clear how you grab the audience to make them hear you till the end. And you also explain us in the beginning about what's the danger in overthinking. You explain it to us very, very brief, very smooth. And let me. And what I love more is about your closing. You even close it very beautifully. You put some quotes and you even say your thought is strong. Only you thought and that part. And what I can add up more to make it a better speech is maybe perhaps you should play in your vocal variety. Your vocal is very good actually, but you need to play it with a power and pause. So let me give an example like one of your statements. You say sometimes overthinking can benefit us. How about if you put a pause? Sometimes overthinking can benefit us. So we can play more in the pause and the power in it, and it will increase the value of the message. Can you get it, Celine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, only that. Thank you. Back to Miss Amanda.
All right, thank you, Sir Kevin, for the evaluation. So now let's have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. All right, so back to our next speaker. Caitlin, are you ready? Are you there?
Yes, Miss, I am.
Yes, I finally can see you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Caitlin, my best friend.
So, hello everyone. I'm pretty sure all of you guys have definitely a favorite person or a favorite people, right? Family members like parents, grandparents, teachers, cousins, friends, nephew, and more can be your favorite people. Well, apparently one of my favorite people happen to be my friends, especially my best friends. You can say that we have known for about 3 years and soon 4 years. Probably most of my classmates here will have known who are my best friends. They are actually not from here and they are in a different room, in room 3 if I'm not mistaken. They are Winnie and Shalina. I won't say anything about their full name because privacy matters, right? So I'm going to formally introduce them to you guys. First of all, we have Winnie, an innocent-looking girl with many evil ideas in her mind. She's smart, an easygoing person, and creative. That's why she got a lot of ideas in her mind. She has a lot of, you can say, achievements. I even lost count of how many achievements she has made so far, and I'm actually scared that I'm going to be her next victim. But for now, I think I should be relaxed first, right? And next on, we have Shalina, a very smart person. And you can say that I actually respect her. I see her as my role model. Because she's hardworking, ambitious, she will do anything to get what she wants. And most importantly, she's a cat person. Yes, she loves cat. Actually, Shalina and Winnie are definitely a polar opposites, but they have one thing in common, which is they like to annoy me. Yes, annoying me until I'm mad. I don't know why they liked it, but I guess you can say it's a friendship dynamic thing. How I end up being friends with them, best friends I mean, are very unexpected. So like when I was 4 years old and I haven't entered my school, I knew Shalina. We were in the same piano tuition, and before that I just knew her and she just knew me. We were just sort of have a classmate relationship, nothing more, nothing less. And when time skip, when I was in primary 5, I think I joined a choir club. And surprisingly, she also joined too. So because choir club needs a teamwork, and so naturally I'm going to talk to her, right? And she's gonna talk to me. And after we talked, we finally grew closer and I became her friends. So maybe most of you guys are going to wonder, how did I met Winnie? Well, Shalina and Winnie happen to be in a math Olympiad class and I'm in a science Olympiad class. And yeah, that's how I met Winnie, through Shalina. Then when first junior high year, that's the best part, the big part, where it changed my life, my whole life. We have this mooncake event, and after that mooncake event, we have this thing we call as camping. It's not camping outside like in the woods, but it's in our school. I apparently in the same group with Shalina and Winnie, so we became leaders to organize things and to take care of the younger ones. We decided to make a group chat to discuss more about our camping, and even after that event ended, we just happened to talk at there and chat about random things, and we grew closer, and finally, we became best friends. Ta-da! Truth to be told, I didn't expect myself being best friends with them, but hey, look at what fate had brought me here. I think that sometimes the least expected people can be your greatest friends. And once you get that greatest friends of yours, you will have to keep it. That's a word of advice, by the way, because you won't find anyone else that is as great as them. Even though they always annoy me, which right now I don't even really bothered by it, I'm still thankful to have them. They are really a great friends. We have go through thick and thin together, and that's why I'm thankful for having them in my life. They made a great impact in my life, and I don't know what happened to me right now if I haven't met them. Probably I'm going to be lonely, and they made my life colorful. And that's why I wanted to say thank you, Win and Shell, and thank you for thank you for all listening, and thank you.
All right, unique friends and unique friendships. Thank you, Caitlin, for the speech. So let me invite Miss Devina to give Caitlin feedback.
Hi, Kathleen. It's
Hi.
been so much exciting for me to listen about your ships, your friendship with Winnie, and also with who's the other one? Salina, right?
Shalini. Yes.
Okay, yeah. One thing that I like the most is not only the very original experience on the journey on how you three of you become friends, but then one thing that your expression shows it. I what I like the most is when I was listening to you, when you were telling about it, I can see that you were very sincere in telling out how do you feel about them, and that is what I like from you. Very pure, very sincere. And the next thing is when you were telling about your journey, you also put different kind of intonation in the pitch, and that's so nice because I don't get the flat note like every single time it's the same tone, but you really put different tone in different situation, and that is very good. Maybe it's just a very trivial thing, but I guess yeah, I know. Well, speaking is sometimes speaking in a place where we cannot see nobody, we can see nobody, and the first place for us to do the streaming. One thing that in the future when you are going to speak or maybe in the big stage on any stage, you might want to try to do some vocal exercise. So it is actually to dry up the throat a little bit so that the cough thingy does not appear in the very beginning. But after all, I like your speech very much. Keep on going, keep on inspiring, and keep on having message in every single speech that you deliver. Well done.
All right, thank you, Miss Devina, for the feedback. So now we will have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. Our next speaker will talk about environment. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Edward. Hello there,
Okay,
Edward.
okay. So my name
Okay,
is Lucius, and I'm going to deliver a speech about environment. So I think we all know what environment is. Environment plays a vital role in the existence and the development of all living things on Earth, and above all, in the daily life of mankind. For the quality of life that people lead, the condition of environment is very significant. Environment has been recently a hot topic for discussion. The most important factors causing harmful environmental effects are various human activities and the high growth of population groups. These days, we see a lot of posters or quotes about saving the environment, but it makes us wonder why why does the environment need saving, and what exactly is wrong with the environment? So, environmental pollution is one of the major problems that we are currently facing in our modern world. However, there has been huge technological advancements in these current days, inviting negative and harmful effects to the environment. So, by taking simple steps like planting a tree, we can help make the world a better place. To save our environment, everyone has to come together to support it. We have to do some steps in order to save our environment because it affects us too. We we all know that We all know about the degrading quality of the Earth life, and we just need to start seeing the sign. The harsh and unwanted weather condition is proof that they need saving and securing more than ever. And as we see, the occurrences of natural disasters, calamities are increasing nowadays. And because of this calamity, people lost their lives, of course. Moreover, the melting glacier is one of another alarming situation that makes us need to save the environment immediately. There are several ways we can save the environment. Actually, not just several. There are many ways to save the environment, from simple acts to huge movements. To save the environment, we have to start with the right handling of waste, and to do this, we should start with recycling and the right disposal of waste materials. Along with the use of coal has to be reduced, and we should switch to a renewable source like hydropower and solar power. By doing this, we can adopt a greener and healthier lifestyle. But on the city level, we see that they must plan based on the available water resources. This can help. This can help with water resources conservation. You should avoid using hot water and use cold water if possible. Moreover, the farmer can use organic fertilizer on their farms instead of pesticides. So, along with air pollution, should be decreased at all costs. Everyone has to avoid taking. I mean, not avoid, but you can use your own vehicle, but if possible, use public transportation and don't waste electricity to reduce global warming. You should switch off lights and fans when not using it and make sure to use a recycled product so that unnecessary waste is not produced. Avoid plastic bags and use reusable bags, and most of all, uh, when you plant, you can plant a tree if you want. When you plant a tree, the amount of carbon dioxide decreases and improves the quality of the air. Planting a tree is a simple act and is important as deforestation, so discourage deforestation. Every year, we lost many plants that have the power to filter our air and make it cleaner. It can start with us. Teach your parents, your friends, or other people to be responsible about the environment and work together towards saving the environment to make a better future. The best way to protect and save the environment is to make people aware of the fact that what the environment provides us with and impacts on us will be caused by environmental degradation. The warming of the earth by human activities is a major cause for concern. If nothing is done, illness, hunger, flooding will all happen. We can participate in the campaign to save environment when all human beings learn the importance and of the environment, and if we are able to solve all these problems, then it will be great for the environment. As the saying goes, the environment is where we all meet, where we all have a mutual interest. It is the one thing all of us share. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Edward, for the amazing speech. So let me invite Sir Kevin to give some feedback.
Hi, Edward. It is a very great speech. Congratulations. And yeah, your opening is very good, but be careful because when you mentions like today you are going to talk about environmental, and then you believe everybody know it. How if suddenly there is audience and audience? Can you please explain for us? Be careful on that. Other than that, it is a very great opening. Just make sure don't assume it yourself. At least you need a short explanation so that when somebody reply, you then get blank. And you look really enjoy delivering your speech, and you looks like giving a webinar. It's like you really know about this topic, and yeah, you just went very smooth, very enjoy your speech. And things that you could improve better in the next time is maybe for your hand gesture. You need to pay attention with your hand gesture. I believe you would like to explain it, but the way you make your hand like this, it shows you lack of interest. Although you are enjoying yourself, but the way you making your hand is this is not very nice to be seen. And sometimes you even like this is not necessary. If you don't want to use the hand gesture, just put your hand below. But yeah, actually you need your hand to explain, but make sure next time don't make it like this. That's all from me. Congratulations, Edward.
All right, thank you, Sir Kevin, for the feedback. So now we will have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. Moving to our next speaker, she will deliver something about top 7 best food in the world. So let's welcome Felicia. Hello,
Hi,
Felicia.
Miss.
Okay, are
Okay,
you
so
ready?
let me share this PPT for a while.
Okay, the stage is yours. Hello, Felicia. Is it okay? Can you make it? Oh, you can't share the screen. Um, do you mind sharing the speech without share screen? Or
Because
is
if
the
I
screen
do
in
this
PDF?
speech without the on, no, it's not in the PDF.
Okay, so Miss Devina will help you.
Okay, Felicia, do you mind to have you been uploading the slides from your computer? Sorry, you're muted. Your mic is on.
I have no idea that it has to be uploaded as a PDF.
Oh, no. You can actually share as a PowerPoint. So basically you can click on the share and then go to the slides. After that, add file from your computer. Right, and after that you can click on upload the files, and then you can find the files, and then you can click on it. Yep, like what I'm doing right now. But then it needs some time to process on the file, so it will be taking some time. Let me remove mine. Can you find it?
No.
Okay. Where is your position of your files right now? No, I mean, what's the position of your slides? Have you been clicking on the upload file?
Yeah, and then seem to can't find it.
Let's have it like this. Let's move the files to the desktop, and then you can open the files, and then just click share screen. All right. Have you been opening the files?
Yeah, okay, it's uploading.
All right, operator, do you mind to put it on the to the stage for the presentation if it has been uploaded, and just remove me from the screen after that. Good luck, Felicia. This is just some technical error, but I hope that you will be doing your best.
The slide is already uploaded.
Okay, you can wait for a moment. It will be showing in the screen soon after. All right, come on, let's show up for Felicia.
Who doesn't love to eat? And even somebody in the world who hates eating needs food to survive no matter what, right? Food is any substance consumed to provide nutritional support for an organism. Food is usually of plant, animal, or fungal origin and contains essential nutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, or minerals. The substance is ingested by an organism and assimilated by the organism's cells to provide energy, maintain life, or stimulate growth. Hello everyone, my name is Felicia and today I'll be sharing with all of you guys about the top 7 best food in the world. First we got here is the Italian pizza. Italian pizza is probably the most famous food in the world. Pizza has crossed the borders of Italy a long time ago, and nowadays it is consumed all over the world. Pizza is the top most liked food in the world. Today you can find them in almost every corner in your place, and this traditional Italian dish is made of flattened round dough topped with cheese and tomatoes, and additionally garnished with basil, olives, and oregano. Depending on the toppings, among the famous types of traditional Italian pizza are margherita, napolitana, marinara, quattro stagioni, quattro formaggi, and siciliana. And the second we got here is the Turkish doner kebab. Italian pizza might be the most famous food in the world ever, but the second close world famous dish is Turkish kebab. Turkish doner kebab is a famous street food that can be found today pretty much everywhere in the world. Kebab is one of the most eaten food in the world. Authentic doner kebab is made of Turkish pig bread stuffed with marinated and vertically grilled mutton or lamb, as you can see on the slide. And sometimes it can be beef or chicken as well, added with lettuce, slices of tomatoes, and onions. Turkish kebab is with no doubt one of the top favorite foods around the world. 3. American burger. Probably the most famous sandwich in the world is the American hamburger. Flattened and typically round minced meat is placed between slices of bun or rolled bread, and accompanied with tomatoes, cucumbers, cheese, onions, pickles, lettuce, bacon. Usually some mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, or some sauce are added. While there are some theories about hamburgers originating from Germany, these popular sandwiches have been widely consumed in the USA, and this is where they reach their world fame. Hamburger is considered to be the national dish of the USA, and undeniably, it is one of the most popular foods in the world. The next one we got here is the Japanese sushi. Japanese cuisine is one top world-renowned cuisines, and this famous Japanese dish is one of the top famous foods around the world. Even more Japanese sushi goes on the list of being the best food of all time. Sushi is a Japanese dish made of vinegar rice with seafood, vegetables, and sometimes even tropical fruits. Vegetarian sushi is quite popular as well. While there are many types of sushi depending on ingredients, the main ingredient always remains rice. 5th, the Chinese dim sum. Cantonese dim sum refers to a large range of tiny bite-sized dishes prepared in small steamer baskets. Dim sum literally means touch your heart, and this traditional Cantonese dish has touched the hearts of not only Chinese people but the hearts of people outside China too. Dim sum is one of the most famous foods around the world and the best dishes in the world. Traditionally, dim sum is served in Chinese tea houses while socializing with friends, families, or over the tea, and the tiny dim sum dishes such as pork dumplings, shrimp dumplings, steamed soup dumplings, rice noodle rolls, sticky rice chicken lotus rib wrap, deep fried durian puffs, and many more dim sum delicacies. 6th, Vietnamese spring rolls. Fresh spring rolls are traditional Vietnamese food made from vermicelli rice, pork, shrimp, vegetables, and all wrapped up in edible rice paper. Fresh spring rolls are a popular appetizer in Vietnam and a must-try food in Vietnam. In addition, fresh Vietnamese spring rolls belong to the ultimate selection of the best foods ever. And last but not least, the 7th place, which is the Russian caviar. Traditional Russian caviar is fresh or pasteurized salt-cured roe from wild sturgeon in the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea. Caviar is one of the most famous and the most expensive delicacies in the world. There are two types of caviar, as you can see there. There are the black caviar and the red caviar. Black caviar are more appreciated than red, and thus it is more expensive too. Black caviar is nicknamed the black gold. First-class caviar comes with a price tag of more than 30,000 US dollars per kilogram. Russian caviar definitely doesn't belong to the list of common foods. Instead, it deserves a special place among the best food around the world. Okay, so in conclusion, of the top 7 best food in the world, there are first, the Italian pizza, second, the Turkish doner kebab, third, the American burger, fourth, the Japanese sushi, fifth, Chinese dim sum, sixth, Vietnamese spring roll, and the last but not least, the seventh, the Russian caviar. And that's all for me. Thank you everyone for listening.
All right, thank you, Felicia, for making us all hungry. So let's welcome Sir Kevin to give Felicia some feedback.
Hello, Felicia.
Lisa.
Yeah, you make us hungry once more, even though we just finished our lunch. And yeah, first of all, I would like to congratulations. It is very, very good speech talking about 7 best foods in the world. Although I am looking why there is no one from Indonesia. And yeah, your opening is very great. You make it very, very catching. Who doesn't love to eat? It is very catching. And you are all out. You are making effort, making the speeches, making the research, the 7 best food in the world, and you even explain there is some philosophy in it, like the Chinese dim sum. It was like meaning touching the heart, and it touched all the heart people here. It is very good. It is a very full research. And what I love, even though most of the part we only see the PowerPoint slide, but yeah, I still can see your effort in making your hand gesture when you conclude the message. You point, 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is this. It is a very well done. And things that you could improve better is, yeah, you could play more with your body language, not just the pointing part, and put more focal dynamics so that each message have its own tone. Only that. Very well done, Felicia. Good job. Good job.
All right, thank you, Sir Kevin, for the feedback. So let's have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. All right, move on to our next speaker. I think he will deliver something interesting about childhood YouTubers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker, Felix.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Felix, and I want to talk about childhood YouTubers. Now, I'm pretty sure all of us have childhood YouTubers ever since we was children. Actually, not all of us, but I'm sure most of us, because I don't really know about the old generation. But as far as the new generation that I know of, everybody has childhood YouTubers. So I want to mention my childhood YouTubers first. Now they are called Minila, Minecraft YouTuber, some Minecraft YouTubers as well, like then TDM, then Sky does Minecraft, Stampy Longhead, much more, and a lot more. I have a lot of them. But see, ranging, you see, I watched these YouTubers when I was young, and I believe that they built a big part of my life. After all, they are my entertainment when I was a child. I will always watch them 24/7. But see, the thing is, growing up, I feel really sad for all of these YouTubers, because these YouTubers are people as well. They are adults working to entertain people so they can get money. But see, time goes by so long, year by year by year, and eventually everything must be shut down. For example, Stampy Longhead. Back in the day, he was really like one of the top of the top. Millions of views he will get, and has a lot of subscribers. The money will rake in a lot, but now he's not getting the popularity as he used to have, and that is because the children that were watching him, they've grown up to be like me. They are now 15, 16. They don't really find the entertainment anymore since they are now teenagers. And there's another example, Skydas Minecraft. This story of Skydas Minecraft is really saddening. He was a big part of a lot of children's. Although his content did include him cursing, saying this, saying that, but it entertained people because he was funny, really funny. But years passed, he had a child. He was having a child at least. It was a boy. It was said to be a boy. And soon after, it was found out that his wife cheated on him. It was at the worst part possible as well, because at that time his success was declining. It was going up, but not anymore. And when it was declining, at that time his wife cheated on him. See, he went into a YouTube channel named Keemstar Drama Alert. The host Keemstar of the channel interviewed him, saying about the situation, about him and his wife. He said it was pretty saddening to hear him break down, have a mental breakdown, and cry, shouting angrily, saying that he did this, he did that, but it wasn't repaid in full. And now he will have to attend a court trial, whether he could keep the child or not. See, at that time, he created a beef. By beef, I mean conflict with another popular YouTuber, way popular. His name is KSI. There were these things called diss tracks. Diss tracks are basically you insult people with music by making music. So you like sing or rap about this guy, bad things about him. At the time, KSI was a rapper. He had experience in making music. Skydas Minecraft, I do not know much if he has experience with music, but I'm sure he thought that it was worth taking a shot. He used that to gain popularity back, and he did gain popularity back, but it was a genius plan. See, what his plan was that he created a conflict with KSI, made diss tracks with each other, and he knew that KSI will bring KSI's wife into this, but not only bring KSI's wife into this, he meant literally bring KSI's wife from this place to London. And at that time, Sky went to the court trial without Alyssa being present, without his wife being present, because his wife was busy making a diss track with KSI. So on his diss track, Sky's diss track, he said that he thanked KSI for everything he did, luring his wife to London so she could make a diss track on him as well. And in the end, he got to keep his child. Now the present, I don't know how he's doing. But I'm sure it's good. So it was pretty sad how he's not gaining his popularity. He's not gaining his original popularity, and only God knows, right, if he's doing good or not. And there's this one final YouTuber that I want to say. There's this thing that I don't understand. You have all this YouTuber's name is Mini Lad. He started very low and became like 5 billion subscribers with craving tons of views. But how could somebody let that go by making criminal acts? You see, I don't understand. They put their career at risk, their very successful career. They could live their lives fully just by having good views, money, and as long as he's not doing anything stupid. But this person, Mini Lad, it was pretty shocking to me when I heard he did a criminal act. This criminal act was a serious one. I don't know if I should say this or not, but it involved harassment. And once that happened, his career just went downhill since then, from 5 million subscribers to 1 million. In like what, a week? It was pretty bad. And he stopped uploading videos. When he sent his apology video, nobody accepted his apology. Well, not nobody, but mostly. The dislikes were 1.6 million the last time I saw it. And see, that's the thing that I don't understand. You have all of this success, but you don't really know of the consequences if you do these criminal acts. And if you do know, then you're just quite dumb. You're just stupid. So I'm happy that not all of my childhood YouTubers turned out to be like this. Then TDM is still going great. He's not doing anything stupid. He has a family now and he's doing better than ever. Well, I think this is where I close my speech. Thank you for listening, and yeah.
All right. Thank you, Felix, for your speech. So I would like to invite Miss Davina to give some feedback.
All right, Felix, it's a good thing that you know that most of the children nowadays, they have their children YouTuber and you share it very well. Because of you, I know more names of YouTuber, because some of the names that you mentioned before is the name that I didn't really know. And that's a good thing that you were sharing it so we can actually learn something from it. And here's the thing, you have a very good voice. I mean, a deep voice, and that is one of your power to me. The second thing is when you were sharing the story, you share it very well, very fluent, as if you are the master of the topic. And this is very nice. And one thing that I want you to perhaps, I guess you are using a tab or a phone. So that makes the camera angle, it is not similar to the eye level like this. So it's a bit higher like this, right? And but that doesn't, it is not really a problem because I still can see you. The problem could appear when you cover, when your hands is over in front of your face, although it's not in front, but since the camera is like this, so it kind of cover the half of your face in some moment when you speak. So that is one of the things that you might want to pay attention on it. But for the story, I like the story very much. As an additional input, as the closing, you can also share the summary of what do you learn from this YouTuber. Like, let's say we shouldn't, even if we, you have been saying that they have a lot of views, they gain a lot of money. Why they need to do something? Yeah, well, basically you call that not clever, something useless, and then you can make that as a closing speech or a closing statement for your speech. That will make the audience remember on what do you want to share to them, what you want them to do. Perhaps maybe one of the YouTuber or maybe someone who wants to start doing YouTube or become YouTuber is watching your video right now. They will know what should they do and what they shouldn't do. After all, it's a nice one. I really enjoying listening to you. Just two of what you might need to add in your next speeches. Well done, Felix. Congratulations in completing the first level.
All right, thank you, Miss Devina, for the feedback. So now we would like to have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. All right, next is also an interesting speech. It is about NFT games. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Giselle.
Hi everyone. As you know, we're in a pandemic right now and we can't earn money easily, unless you already have future plans. But someone like me, the dreamless ones, are considered as a disappointment. Why? Because I can't think of what to do in the future and finding one is hard for me. But maybe that time hasn't come yet. But then, my mom suddenly introduced me to NFT games to me because all I do is play games and my mom feel Sama looking at me who plays games almost all day. If you don't know what NFT games are, NFT means non-fungible tokens. NFT games are basically games where you play to earn. There are a lot of types of games and I'll be introducing them to you. I've earned around 1 million and more from just playing NFT games for a month. I won't explain this in detail because you can watch YouTube for more info. So the first game that I'll be talking about is Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity takes inspiration from the Pokemon game franchise and adds a blockchain twist to make the final product even more interesting. Players will breed and gather creatures called Axie. These creatures can be traded on the marketplace with prices varying depending on their rarity and distinctive characteristics. But to begin playing, you must purchase at least 3 Axies. The second game that I'll be talking about is Gods Unchained. Gods Unchained is a free-to-play game that incorporates NFT components with a traditional card trading game. Players get cards by purchasing them from other players or by winning PvP matches, in which the quality of the cards and the player's gaming ability often decide the winner. And the next game is Splinter Dance. Like Gods Unchained, it's a tradable card game that allows players to earn as they play. When you win card matches, you get rewarded. To begin playing Splinter Dance, you must at least purchase a starting pack of cards, create a Steam account, and then refill the purchased cards in the game. You could be lucky and get rare cards in your first set of bought cards in some situations. You could also come across multiple of the same sort of card. If that's the case, you can combine identical cards to increase their strength or sell one for cryptocurrency. After you've become comfortable with the cards, you may go on to combat other players or take part in their missions. The outcome of these actions will influence whether or not you earn more cards. The fifth game is Crypto Snake. Crypto Snake is a really simple game to play. It's inspired by the classic Snake game. Your snake eats cryptocurrencies on the Binance Smart Chain blockchain. The snake eats cryptocurrencies on the greater your pet's stats are, the more you consume. You may also use local currency to level up your snake, allowing you to make even more money in the future. If the snake doesn't appeal to you, The gameplay may get tedious. On the other hand, you spend less time on non-essential game activities and instead earn consistently. Axie Infinity, Gods Unchained, Splinter Dance, Sandbox 3D, and Crypto Snakes are just some game. There are more fun games to play. And to sum it up, NFT games are combine popular gaming genres with blockchain aspects, making them particularly useful for establishing rarity and uniqueness. As a result, NFT games aren't too tough to master. They're also entertaining and lucrative, like in the instance of Axie Infinity, where some players make a fair living. Thank you for listening, and that's all about my speech.
All right, thank you, Giselle. So let me invite Sir Kevin to give Giselle some feedback.
Well, Giselle, first of all, congratulations for your speech. A very good speech and a very catching opening when you mentioned about pandemics. You find it hard earning money, and by that, it's really make me questioning how come senior high school students thinking about money. And when you talk about the NFT games, oh, so you give you really give an inspiring story to others by playing games also can earn money, and it is a very good part. So we don't need to join any esports team, but playing some NFT games also can earn us money. It is a very good inspiring story from you. And you even share some games about the game you play, and yeah, it is very well researched, and from your personal experience it is very good. And I love the tone of your voice, it's very nice. And yeah, it's enjoy to hear your speech because it's come from you, you experience it yourself. And I believe you have inspired others, not playing the Mobile Legends or PUBG, but playing more benefit games can earn you money. And some parts that you could improve more for the future is please play in your hand gesture, because for your whole speech you just sit down without playing any of your body parts. And when you try to explain, I believe you could done a lot of better. Good luck and good job, Giselle. Back to Miss Amanda.
All right, thank you, Sir Kevin, for the feedback. So now we will have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. All right, next speaker, she will talk about history is written by victors. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jocelyn.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, so are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
A little. Good afternoon. I hope everyone's well. I love reading and obtaining knowledge, whether that's reading a novel or watching astronomy videos on YouTube. I love it. But one part of this fondness I have for knowledge is one part of this fondness I have for knowledge is the history of it. Everything has its history. Everything has an explanation of why or how they come into existence or why something is the way they are. Everything has a whole series of events that lead up to the present. History not only serves as an explanation for something, but serves as proof and helps us understand our past, present, and even future. And I find that really fascinating. But not all history is fascinating. It's sad that most histories are gruesome and awful, but let's focus on the ones that aren't gruesome and awful. The ones that brings glory and victory. Let's focus on that because I had doubts about these histories. You know how there's a lot of fake information on the internet, right? They're called hoax. And I used to wonder to myself that if fake information could be so easily spread on the internet, could the same form of deception also be applied to our history textbooks? Is the history we're being told and taught actually accurate? Yes, the events of history may have really happened, but is everything accurately told? I want to especially talk about those histories that sort of represent glory or some sort. The common phrase, history is written by victors, begs the question, is history accurate? You see, the idea of this phrase is that any culture who takes control writes a favorable story of themselves, and those of whom they have power over are so subjugated, so diminished, that they can't write their own history. In other words, when two cultures clash, the loser is obliterated and the winner writes the history books, which glorify their own cause and disparage the conquered loser. You can kind of see the idea here. A common example that partly supports this claim is the neo Nazis. They're like the Nazis, but after World War II, with the aim to revive the Nazi ideology. The neo-Nazis, they continue to publish stuff despite obviously being on the wrong side of history. And that is an example of a piece of history being miswritten by the wrong people, and thus resulting in history being misinterpreted by many. I was very convinced that this was a fact because it's really convincing. And this idea is being held by many people in the present. I mean, who wouldn't be convinced? Me simply uttering that phrase, history is written by victors, makes me sound really intelligent. But then I did research, and what I found out completely made me feel guilty for believing in the phrase, history is written by victors, because it's inaccurate. So let me enlighten you with what I found in my research. So apparently the reason why the phrase history is written by the victors is quite nonsense is because it's inaccurate. No matter how convincing it sounds. And I'm being real here. I actually watched too many YouTube research videos to find this out. This is because historians don't just write a history books based on a single source. They actually write based on a collection of sources that they have to, manually sort out. And not only that, their scholarly work goes through a process called peer review, which other historians or experts in the same field would try to find fault in the work in order to ensure accuracy, originality, or to filter out invalid information. It's a really intense and tough process, especially for the author. If their work doesn't pass the peer review test, the author has to rewrite their work again. And if the author's work does pass that peer review process, it will then get published and will be given to us to read and to study. History is professionally written by experts. So the phrase history is written by victors, no matter how convincing it sounds, it's false. The phrase is just made up by people and derisively used by people to dismiss a story that kind of goes against their beliefs. They are written as though they are collections of informations. In fact, history is not a collection of facts about the past. History consists of making arguments about what happened in the past on the basis of what people recorded, whether that's in written documents or cultural artifacts, etc. At the time. It is not only it is not only written, It is rewritten every generation. However brilliant an exploration of the past is, it will always be influenced by the historian's background and identity. The next generation, perhaps you, may ask different questions, look for different sources, and write it differently. So the next time you find yourself in a very, very heated argument, possibly related to history, and the other person says, oh, history is just written by victors, it's all never actually true. Now you know the perfect comeback. Thank you. That will be all from me.
All right. Thank you, Jocelyn. What an interesting speech. So let me welcome Miss Davina to give some feedback.
All right, that's a very interesting point of view from you, Jesslyn, that history is written by victors because yes, that is what I was looking for when I was in my senior high school, though I was actually wondering whether those stories in the history book whether are they true or not. But then you bring it out today, and that's a very interesting point of view from you, especially you did your own research. And I, when you were saying that you are doing the research and you were watching several YouTube research and that they are doing manually sorting out things and that, I actually wish to be able to listen to the source of your research. You might want to try to sort it out so then when we were listening, maybe out there when people is listening to your videos or to your speech right now, if they have the same point of view as you, they might want to try to look for look for your source, and then they are going to compare everything. So the comeback could be even more perfect because because that's and then that is that will make your closing statement even stronger because the way you close your speech is yes, when I was listening to that, yes, yeah, that's how we do it. When we want to give a comeback, when we want to reply on someone, you should give a very rough research, right? And that is a good thing that you have been telling out today. This is an interesting one. Just that the source of your research, whether so it is also to actually show people that you are not getting it from somewhere else, but it's also a credible source that you are using in order to become the basis or the foundation of your speech. That's it from me. Keep on improving, keep on having interesting points of view. Well done, Jesselyn.
All right. Thank you, Miss Davina, for the evaluation. So now let's have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. Move on to the next speaker. This speaker is gonna talk about himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker, Jonathan.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Wijaya, and I'm from Nanyang Tsuhui School, Medan. And I'm really grateful that I can stand here and develop this SMLONE. But because I'm still a beginner of public speaking learner, so I hope that you don't expect too much on me because today I'm just going to talk about myself. So, because we live in 2021 with a pandemic occurs in the year from 2019, we need to learn or work from home to avoid being infected by COVID-19, which is known as a dangerous virus from the whole world because of COVID-19 pandemic. Many people lost their job. But in other side, many people earn money via online, and I'm earning it too because we may not lose the chance of being success. I also started my YouTube channel from 2018, and luckily I got some subscriber and money from AdSense. Even though it's quite hard to manage the AdSense money, or which called as the monetization verification. So, as what I said just now, I'll talk about myself. I'm 15 this year, and I'm a senior high one student. My hobby is to find alternate way to find money. Because of it, right now I'm focusing on learning about metaverse. As we know that metaverse is hyping right now, which especially in social media, because of Mark Zuckerberg is investing a lot of money to the project of metaverse. Do you know who is Mark Zuckerberg? So let me explain a little bit about him. So basically, Mark Zuckerberg is the richest people in the world, and he is the owner of Facebook or CEO. But Facebook changed its name to Meta. But do you know he get charges of being sued by people because of using its name? So, what is metaverse in Mark Zuckerberg vision? In Mark in Mark vision, metaverse is a virtual world where people can socialize, work, and play. And there is even a hot news where people bought a virtual land which costs 40 billion rupiah. And that news makes me become more excited with metaverse. And even Deddy Kobuzer speaks up about it, about metaverse. And I hope in the future this metaverse project can be useful for us and and the community. I'm sure that it will be useful because there's aspect that I believe. First, there is almost no chance that COVID-19 will disappear from the earth because of lack information, and COVID-19 keep mutating and evolving. Because of it, scientists become hard to find the vaccine. As we know, there is a new virus which called as Omicron, and it is believed that it is more dangerous 70 more times than the Delta virus. And just to add information, for Indonesia, the vaccine is only effective on Delta virus, and we haven't have the vaccine for Omicron virus since it's more dangerous and it's still a new type of virus. Secondly, we can reduce COVID-19 spreads. Why I say so? Because we usually do our activity with online status. Example, work or shopping, but we can do like almost everything on metaverse. So for what we go outside from home to do it? Yeah, it's kind of makes sense. And third, maybe we can find friends in the metaverse. Because in metaverse, we can socialize to each other within a long distance conversation. And maybe that's all about metaverse, COVID-19, and about myself. And I wish everyone is in a healthy condition and stay safe. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan, for the amazing speech. So let me invite Sir Kevin to give some feedback.
Hi, Jonathan. Yeah, it's a very good speech and story about yourself. And well, I can say is you looks really enjoy with your speech. You looks like really masterizing your speeches, and I can see there is no nervous in you. You're very confident, and you even said to us that you have earned money by making YouTube and some blogs, if I'm not mistaken. However, back to the speech title itself, actually it should be you talking about yourself. and I just listens in the few parts in the opening. The body and the end, most of it you're talking about the metaphors. So you're losing the point of your own title and you talk about another thing about the metaphors. So that's all from me. Good job, Jonathan. Back to Miss Amanda.
All right, thank you, Sir Kevin, for the feedback. So now we will have 1 minute of silence so the judges could finalize their evaluation. All right. Next interesting speech is coming from Michael talking about living healthy during quarantine. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker, Michael.
Hello, everyone. As you know, my name is Michael, and today I will be talking about living healthy during quarantine. So, the outbreak of the coronavirus started back at December 2019 and has started to spread throughout all the world. And people started to quarantine themselves in their home because, of course, everyone is scared of getting infected. But currently, there are still many people who are going out to do unnecessary activities such as going to the mall, going to a large scale party or event, and others. Going to places where there are lots of people increases the chance of getting infected significantly higher. And therefore, I think it is better to have the internet or television to entertain ourselves or having a video meeting online for such big scale party or events. Now, almost all people, young and old, are doing most of their activities at home. For example, students study through online classes and people work using the internet from home. So, to ensure that we stay healthy and do not get sick while we are at home, we need to take care of ourselves at home. So, what do I mean by taking care of ourselves? It means that we need to live healthily so that we won't get sick. Getting sick, worst case possible, we need to be treated in the hospital and it may take some time. Currently, going to the hospital to be treated costs a lot of money, and since there are many people who have gotten COVID to go to the hospital for treatment, there may be a chance to get infected by those people. So now, Michael, how do you live healthily while you are quarantined? There are many things that you can do to stay fit and healthy. So the first one is to always stay hydrated. Drinking water is very important as as it is the most essential thing for all human beings. Being hydrated lets your body function properly and does not make your lips dry. So I always remember to drink a cup of water every hour. The second one is to exercise. It is always good to do some exercises after a session of studying or after work. Exercising can help you stay healthier and can as well prevent some diseases like maybe heart heart disease or yeah something like that. And the third one is to eat more healthy foods. So we shouldn't eat too much instant food, delivery food or fast food as it can be unhealthy for us. We need to eat as much homemade food, and if possible, try to eat more fruits and vegetables while we are at home. Fourth is to use our time productively. While playing games or maybe watching shows in televisions are the only things that you can do at home, you can also do other things. Maybe something new like reading a book, studying maybe a new language, or rearranging your schedules. This way, you can use your time at home more significantly and do not really waste your time that much. And the fifth one is to have enough sleep. Sleeping is very important as as you need energy for you uh, to maintain throughout the whole day. So it is better to sleep at least 8 hours based on Google. And if you sleep for at least 8 hours a day, you will start the next day with more spirit and it reduces fatigue. Make sure not to cut your sleep time too much, as it can maybe uh, reduce the effectiveness of your sleep. And the sixth one is to socialize. But how do you socialize while you are at home and you can go anywhere? Well, everyone has a phone right now. So you can open any social medias like Instagram, WhatsApp, or Line, or other ones, and you can chat to your friends, relatives, or maybe even families that are far away from you. With this, uh, you can stay mentally healthy and it reduces depression. And the last one is to have good or proper hygiene. You must always remember to wash your hands even before or after a meal, or sometimes after you do something, maybe it caused a lot of dust, or maybe fixing things, you could wash your hand every now and then. And always remember to for sure take bath and brush your teeth every single day, so that it will prevent some other sickness like maybe toothache or something like that. And these are all the things that I can say for today in this speech. I hope that everyone can maybe try applying it, or maybe try to do it starting from today. So everyone, let's not get sick and stay healthy during our time at home. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Michael, for the advices. So let me invite Miss Davina to give some feedback.
Right, Michael, it's a very good topic that you are bringing up as a high school student because living healthy, a lot of us might want to live healthy, but not many of us would like to start doing it, right? Like sleep. They were saying that we should sleep earlier to keep our body fit, but apparently what happens is there are a lot of night owl, and this is one good thing that you are sharing. And from what I listened, that you actually share a lot of activities that we can do in order to keep ourselves to live healthy, especially during this pandemic. And one thing that I like is from you when you were telling about what they can do. The first thing is you sound very confident about your topic, and that is a very good thing because I can actually listen if someone is not well, I can say that someone is not confident about the topic that they are bringing. It can be listened through their voice, but you sound very calm, very firm, and that's very good. That means you have enough preparation, or at least you have enough practice to share on what is in your mind, and the ideas goes along with your own vision, your own opinion. That's the thing. And the next thing is, I actually want you to also share what is the thing that you have already done from all of the points that you have been mentioning, right? Yeah, I also actually want to listen from whether are you doing this already, are you doing that already. So yeah, basically you can engage more with the audience by sharing that, because people, we all love listening to stories, and when you add that personal stories, you add that personal experience, that could make your speech more engaging to the audience. That's the first. The next is you can try to specify your research because you are sharing information and you were sharing about the source already. From what I get from Google, yes. And I guess that has the website also, right? So you can actually share from what I get from the WHO, the World Health Organization website, that they were saying this, or the CNN, they were saying this. So that will make your speech even more credible. That's the thing. But I appreciate when you were sharing your source of information. That is nice. Although you can actually specify it, that will make your speech even more credible. The last one is, well, we all know the camera is in front, and in sometimes when you want to try to recall on what is the next thing, you tend to look at the upper left over there. But that's all fun because I'm actually enjoying when you were delivering your speech because it refreshed me back on, hey, I should be living healthily during the quarantine, during the pandemic. Thank you, Michael, for sharing out. Keep on giving, keep on inspiring, and keep on sharing more information throughout the speeches. You can be a better speaker in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Miss Devina, for the feedback. Now we'll have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. All right, last but not least, let's welcome our speaker who will deliver something about beauty standard. So let's welcome Celine.
Okay, hi. Can you hear my voice?
All good. Clear and loud. You
Yeah,
can
okay,
continue.
cool. So there are over 7 billion people on Earth, and every single one looks different. When we talk about beauty, we often think of a typical long legs, skinny face with big eyes, perfect skin. But do you know what? It's fine. People have flaws, and it's normal. You shouldn't blame yourself for your acne, the gap between your teeth, freckles on your face or your shoulders, or any other features that make you special. I was especially very inspired by beautiful women who appreciate their shapes, which are not really perceived by our society. My body type is not perfect or something even close to the meaning as well. It doesn't mean that I should change my wardrobe to everything really big or long in order to hide my shapes. I can, but I won't do that. We shouldn't think about how much we weigh. If you like yourself and you feel healthy, you don't need to change anything. Like chubby fingers, short legs, dimples, snub nose, white hips, broad shoulders, your laugh, or even the way you show your teeth when you smile, even and everything else. Even if they are not perfect, it is not the reason to think that you are worse than society wants you to be fit in. You can't help being not good enough for yourself when you're trying to be better for someone. If they don't love you the way you look now, they don't deserve you anyway. You shouldn't change anything to be cool. People won't appreciate that. They will ask for more and more till you lose yourself. As for now, today's beauty standards are completely unrealistic, and we have lost appreciation of humans' bodies' various natural forms in both men and women. True beauty should not be measured on how perfectly someone fits the society expectations, but rather on how their individual features and differences makes them unique. I know that I do not fit any society's criteria for beauty. However, that does not mean that I am not beautiful. I do not get much attention for how I look, and not many people may find me attractive, but I am secure in the knowledge that there is far more to me than meets in the eye. From a very young age, especially women, we are raised to live up to an unrealistic beauty standards put upon us by society. We are expected to be hairless all over our body, have to be slim with no tummy, smells like daisies and roses all the time, and be an all-around perfect Barbie. It is hard to live up to something so unobtainable, especially starting at an age as low as 3. It can be both mentally and physically draining. You must look a certain way for society to at least acknowledge your beauty, even when you have tried to mold yourself to please them. Even there is always criticisms behind it all. Women have to be slim but not too slim, thick but not too thick, where you have tummy. Women can wear makeup but not too much because it would look like we are trying so hard. We can also show skin but not too much because we will get shamed. What can we do to try but to learn how to love ourselves? We cannot please everyone. It is even harder to try to love who we are, especially when getting judged left and right. I'm living a life and I don't care if someone says that you are supposed to wear this shirt, not this, it doesn't suit you. Well, it's their opinion. It's not related to what I think. So why do I have to think about it? Or worse, if overthink about it? People tend to compare themselves with others by idolizing celebrities and try to be like them. We need to understand that everything we see on screen is not always true. Such idealizations might lead to negative self perceptions. We need to develop a high body appreciation, value yourself, and think beyond the stereotypes. Your body doesn't deserve to be tortured through harsh diets and intense workouts. Just relax, acknowledge, and accept your body. This is the first step towards self love. How can you say that you're not beautiful when you haven't seen yourself while concentrating, being extremely excited and happy? Just try to feel the way that is the most comfortable for you. Find your style and do whatever makes you happy. For sure, everyone is amazing. Stay strong, eat fruits, listen to your parents, love yourself, and grateful for being alive. To conclude my speech, I would like to share one quote. It's by Coco Chanel. It is said that as a human, we should only be two things: who and what we want. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Celine, for the amazing speech. So let me welcome Miss Davina to evaluate Celine.
Hi, Celine. Okay, it's you know what? You made me smile during your whole speech because what you were saying is true though. As both women, from when we are younger, we all a lot of people tends to make them well to say that as a woman you should be beautiful, and the things that you were saying, yeah, well, I can guess that's correct. That is what is happening in the society. And what I feel relieved the most is that you feel secure on your own, because that's the most important thing. And by this speech you are actually bringing up to people that no matter how well, I can say that I love your looks though. To me, you look sweet. Seriously, this is not flattering, but seriously, the way you say it, you sound very smart, and it doesn't mean that you're not beautiful, because beautiful doesn't come just from the outlook. Just what like you say just now, right? And yes, by this speech, you are bringing up to people that we should feel secure about ourselves, especially if you're a woman. And the descriptions, every single details that you were sharing in your speech, that woman with hairless all over the body and this smells like daisies and roses. When I was listening to that, I was, oh, yeah. But you are describing it in very vivid details, because when I was listening to it, I was imagining, and that visual comes to my mind. That's your power, Celine. You are able to use a very good choice of words, and this should be keep on going on. You can try to expand more of your vocabulary, idioms and phrases to make you even, well, I can say, getting even better in literacy, because I guess you have the talent in that. The next thing is, what I like from you is when you were doing the closing statement from professional, is to that we can be two things, who and what we would. That's a very nice one, because you don't just say that's from me, thank you. You close it with a very bold statement, and it is very related to your speech, which means you really prepare it from the very beginning until the end, because every single thing has its has, you are connecting every single dots, and that makes your speech is a nice speech. And one thing that I want you to make to add up more is try to put more emotion when you are speaking. Just express it out, because I think when you are expressing more about the beauty standards or any topics you are going to bring in the future, because if you are able to express it through the voice, through the expression, that will make your speech even more engaging, and it will be more impactful to the audience. Because when I was listening to you just now, I was actually getting drowned in the speech. Yeah, I am smiling throughout all the speech. So you did very well done job. Try to put more emotions, and you'll be a great speaker. Thank you.
All right. Yes, thank you, Ms. Devina, for the evaluation. Now we will have 1 minute of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of Speaking Warrior Training Real Stage today. So thank you for everyone who is tuning in this session, and see you again tomorrow. SMLONE, making you better you.